You have introduced a resolution to amend the Constitution to allow President Trump to serve a third term as long as they did not serve 2 consecutive full terms. Tell us about that.
Well, there's certain circumstances in history that are unique. So twice in American history have you had a president serve 2 non-consecutive terms. That would be Grover Cleveland and then, of course, President Donald Trump. And so my bill would amend the Constitution. It, of course, has to go through the ratification process, but it would allow him to serve a third term.
And what kind of a response have you gotten from your colleagues on this resolution?
Well, to be honest with you, President Trump won the battleground states and the popular vote because the grassroots engaged in the election, and they are absolutely excited about the possibility. And at the end of the day, if this were ratified, the American people get to choose whether or not he has a third term. But overwhelmingly, it's been supported. We'll see what happens next.
Quick update on the story of Republican Andy Ogles introducing legislation to allow Trump, and only Trump, to serve a third term. Because, first of all, no one, including Ogles, took this seriously. It was just a rat signal to Trump that he's a premier ass-kisser, willing to embarrass himself enough for Trump to do him a favor in return. I brought up his issues on a recent episode of The Young Turks. Andy Ogles is a fraud. Andy Ogles is up for an FBI investigation into a $320,000 campaign contribution that they investigated because dude didn't have $320,000 of his own money to loan to himself. So he's being investigated. And he's hoping that, as we've all seen since 2015 when Donald Trump came into office, that if you bribe, if you rub his chin a little bit, dude's gonna give you anything he wants. If you say, hey, I'll be your friend. Hey, there's your ass. Where can I kiss it? Suddenly he's gonna do anything you want. So Andy Ogles, who then is under this Office of Congressional Ethics investigation into that $320,000 that he then amended and said it was only $20,000. Then they find out later that there was no $320,000 loan. We're trying to figure out where this money came from. He would like this investigation to go away. So since Ogles needed that investigation to go away, he figured proposing this ridiculous third-term legislation would get Trump's egotistical attention enough to end it. And apparently it worked. Federal prosecutors based in Nashville have withdrawn from the criminal investigation of Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles, an unprecedented move that could signal plans by the Trump administration to drop the case against this Republican ally. With no explanation, acting U.S. Attorney Brian McGuire filed a late notice Thursday to withdraw Assistant U.S. Attorneys Robert S. Levine and J. Christopher Sudicum from an ongoing legal dispute over the FBI's access to evidence seized from Ogles last year. That follows a recent move by the Trump administration to force out the longtime head of DOJ's Public Corruption Unit, Corey Amundson. That leaves another career prosecutor, John P. Tadai, a trial attorney in DOJ's Public Integrity section on the Ogles case. So once you're fully connected to the corruption of the MAGA movement, it makes being a detached congressman that's dodging charges much easier to get away with. And all you have to do for the rest of your career is continue to kiss Trump's ass and repeat everything that he has to say.
Israel has to finish that job. They have to finish it quickly, strongly, and they have to get back to life again because it's taking too long. They have to finish the job.
You're saying go in, win, and finish.
You gotta win. Gotta win.
I've seen the footage of
You've seen footage of
shredded children's bodies. And that's my taxpayer dollars. They're going to bomb those kids.
So I think we should kill them all, if that makes you feel better. Everybody,
You have today blamed the diversity elements, but then told us that you weren't sure that the controllers made any mistake. You then said perhaps the helicopter pilots were the ones who made the mistake.
It's all under investigation.
I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
Is there any reason to believe there was any foul play here?
I think you have to look at this with eyes wide open, see what happened. Human error, was it some sort of equipment failure? Did DEI play a role in this type of thing?